as well. Okay, cool. So we're now live. So this is it, the P-Clan Collection case unboxing. So we'll just go through this one by one. Feel free to join in and chat and things, since it's the stream format. So we'll just go through the first box. I'm hoping I get two of each ODT and Genesis. The more the better. I'm going to try moving some of these boxes actually. I keep forgetting that my camera's now been moved to the side. So let's just make the setup a little bit more comfortable to work with. And of course I dropped some boxes on my microphone.
It's always gets that joke after.
I might as well just move some of this to the side. Okay. So.
The foiling on the Vanguard.
Great nature. So we've got the Parrot Dragon marker. First booster, we start with the Power Moon critical trigger. Power Moon. Oh, this is a Power Moon pack, I'm guessing then. Oh, here you go. We've got it already in the first pack.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so what's this about the SRs not looking like they're textured?
I think it's down with the clan symbol.
The clan symbol.
It looks like it's
kind of not.
Oh.
Like friends, larger friends.
Did it make changes to the foiling from 2020?
Does it have the feel to it when you rub on it?
No, there's no texture. It's just visual.
But yes, I could get that from you.
Oh yeah, even the gold isn't embossed actually.
Oh, sadness.
It's very flat. To be honest, I can't even remember what 2020 was like, but I was under the impression that usually they're embossed. I could be wrong. I might just be thinking of SDRs or something. Okay, this looks like it is Murakumo. So the first pack is the SR, so I'm guessing the rest of the box is just vanilla rarity. Nubatama. Well, this actually makes it so much easier to tidy up my cards once we're done.
Oh, sweet. Which is that?
This looks like Genesis. There we go. This is Soul Offering Heavenly Dragon Jagdagnaruga. And then we've got error packs. Oh, there's error packs. Okay, what's this Genesis Dragon do? Sky Enforcing Light Dragon, Navata. I kind of wonder what mythology they're based on. But it's nice to have spare. This is Link Joker.
Oh, that's how you.
Then we have Shadow Paladin. So this is probably money then.
Not the regular version, the size.
Okay. The most expensive in the set is the SR Angel card, if I remember right.
Seriously? Angel
other than the Bermuda. Or Bermuda, then Angels. I think they're the two most expensive ones in SR.
What's
I thought it was going to be Bermuda.
I thought Angels had no fans. That's what I've been led to believe for like the past 5 years. Spike Brothers, Spike Brothers, Spike Brothers, and Spike Brothers.
And then
Gold Paladin. So we got the restander.
The new marker. Oh, okay, I got the.
Narukami. Oh, there he is. Actually, didn't Carl ask me to... Hold on, I need to reply to Carl. Okay, so that's Narukami done. And then next box. Because I was just noticing you're doing an unboxing as well on the side. So we've got the Aqua Force. Is that Aqua Force? It is, isn't it? Yeah. No other clan looks like that.
Yeah, that's Aqua Force.
Although I can see Tachikaze one day looking like that if they ever decide to go for blue. Genesis again. Oh, I wonder if the first pack is SR. Please, please, please. Yes! Wait.
Nice.
That's weird. So the first pack... Oh. So I was just reading a comment. Oh, right. Is that... Oh, that's you, Dylan. Right. Thanks for the... Yeah, thanks for cards earlier. I got to play with it a bit sooner. Mess around with it a bit sooner. Yeah, I'm actually wondering if maybe... I mean, someone could probably debunk me easily on this. Maybe it's just a coincidence that I've got SR in the first pack of each box so far. But this one looks really nice. Like, really, really nice. The only downside is the name is really long, so the gold kind of compresses so much into the text that it makes it harder to read. But otherwise, it looks incredible in SR. Like, the gold just works so well with it.
Moons, has your SR been in the first pack?
Yeah, it was the Power Moon one in the very first booster.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, then
Yeah. If Moons also had its ones in the first pack also.
Chronicle.
Mine is next.
Oh, his one's been mixed.
So I've got Genesis 2 Genesis packs already. So I'm pretty much set now to build my deck in only 2 boxes.
Well, let's just get your next SR then, Mo.
How Trader?
It's just yes.
This is D Police, expensive clan, probably.
Yeah, Jerome DP is for me.
DP is such a weird one. Because I'm always kind of surprised when I find out how expensive some of the cards in Dimension Police are. Sometimes, even though like no one's really taken them to tournaments that much. Aqua Force. I think this is the first Aqua Force pack I've opened. Yeah.
Yes, it's the first.
You're gonna get at least one of
I'm
each.
thinking of this.
Although summon Joe.
I summoned Joe. Did Joe just come into the chat? Back in.
Yeah, well, he came into the voice chat once you opened the Aqua Force pack.
Ah, okay. So that's Nova Grapplers. And then I've got Mega Colony. Oh, so this is the thing that makes Gridora stronger now.
Yeah, I'm looking for SR on that as well. I don't know how many I'm gonna run though.
Wait, what would you say you're looking for SRs?
Yeah, I'm looking for SRs.
Oh, right. Okay, so this is something that Josh asked for. So I will put that for Josh after the stream.
Oh, okay.
Power Moon
Oh,
again.
look at the Genesis Dragon. You nice cool.
Oh, nice. And the funny thing is the Power Moon one was the first pack of the first box. Second box, it's the last pack.
Oh.
Just an interesting pattern.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
now the next box. They're still using the sleeve actually. This is May Colony. I love how clean everything is. Like, I don't feel like I'm going to get too much clutter from opening this set compared to other stuff. D-Police. Oh, it's SR again.
Oh,
Nice.
What else have you?
oh,
That's for me. Thank you very much.
that
It looks really
is a
nice,
very
actually.
Yeah, I need them. I'm trying to get full.
SR is definitely one of the best rarities.
All right, I'm back.
Hey,
So
back.
furious charging them here. All right. Furious charging them here.
So this is Aqua Force again.
Yes, as it should be.
And then...
No, it won't be SR because there's only one SR per box.
You know what? If it's Aqua Force, it deserves to be SR.
I'm just glad I got Genesis so early because now I can hope for a second one. Great Nature.
That's true.
I think this is my first rating.
yes.
The copium can be strong.
Got Bermuda Triangle.
Oh, I
Intruder.
swear that unit is going to cause so much trouble.
It is a pretty tacky unit, I guess.
It's one of those units that is like it's a little bit like
It's like
what's his
Momo.
name? Not so much Momo as it's like Daimonas, because it's a card that, depending on what gets printed, will get more and more broken.
Oh, right, yeah. I mean, yeah, it just feels a bit like tacked on, I guess. It feels like one of those sort of like...
Well, it's a case of they have too many Bermuda playstyles now for them to make a generic Bermuda card. So
Yeah,
the best
true.
way to make something that goes to the Highlander playstyle, so it allows for any card.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's see.
So as Cargo, this is a pretty good stride. Ah, these crits look so similar. Yeah, now I think about it, I could never tell which one was which before. Like, whenever I was looking for either crit.
Oh, true.
You reading it, Mizah?
Look all the same.
So what's it again?
Did you read it?
Yeah, I read it.
You see my point?
Oh,
Interesting.
it's happiness gathering
Yeah,
Dragon King.
Goes into the grade 3. It's like I was saying. What is this?
Whoops. Grand Blue. Oh,
I can't find any of these sets online to buy, so I'm like, oh.
so we finally got Pirates.
Mm,
Find the one piece.
I heard that the pirate one also caused some loop or something. I can't remember. I might be wrong on that one.
I think there is some combo that Sage or someone's going on about. Neo Nectar.
well,
Yes, that card is actually huge, the Neonectar one. Of course, it's not really realized yet because it's Neonectar. So, yeah.
Well,
It's
Genesis
going to need
is
to be just a case of Neonectar not having had a good stride since Katrina. And since Katrina was taken, they haven't had a good stride, really. I mean, Sandrine's fine for winning games off the cuff on Force 2, but like that's only if your opponent has a perfect guard.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing about Neo Nectar. That's why I would never ever consider Neo Nectar like as amazing. But at least they have Gladiolus, I guess. But I don't know if that's really that effective.
Gladiolus is literally just not even worth talking about. I don't think it's one of
Yeah.
those cards that worked because Katrina existed.
Yeah,
It's one of those cases like, what does it do? It's every clan has a Gladiolus.
yeah,
like,
true.
Basically, every clan has a card that says when boosted, counterblast 1.
Yeah, multi
Cool
attack
card.
is only really worth it if the extra attack is actually strong.
Yeah, exactly. But the new stride enables multi attack in a new way that actually allows you to do some actual decent damage. Plus, it just actually supports all playstyles rather than just tokens, which is nice.
Okay, next box. So I got the Spike Brother counter. Shadow Paladin. Okay, it looks like I've just made bank here.
oh,
I am rich. I am rich.
You've got the Shadow Paladin SP.
Yeah.
Lovely. Then again, I don't know how good it is, to be honest. It feels very situational.
SL looks good on almost just about everything.
it's like I think it's a 1 or 2 of stride and shadows. Like it's like why would you?
Pretty sure.
It's always a
But-
question of why
but
would you
it'll
go
still-
into it?
And it'll still be expensive just because of Shadow Paladin brand name.
I mean,
Grand
hopefully, yeah. Yeah, it is literally a case of why would you go into this card over Morfessa? Is the question to always ask when looking at Shadow Paladin card at the moment.
I've got 3 Power Moon packs now. I've got 3 Genesis packs in the first 3 boxes. So Genesis is kind of leading at the moment. Narukami.
You know the moon mode. Come join Pale Moon mode.
Join the circus.
I just got rid of my Nightmare Doll clan selection split recently, like a few weeks ago. So I've kind of just pushed myself away from that possibility.
Probably for the best. It might be about to take a little hit, I think.
I might actually have random Leslies and Ginnies lying around though in some of my
You
boxes.
probably do, knowing your collection. Almost definitely.
I tried to get rid of like anything that's not as likely to ever be played again. But unfortunately, when I went to this store to trade in those cards, they just suddenly had a different conversion rate for commons and everything, and they were just devaluing the crap out of like many years of collection versus someone else who's only been buying the product for like a few months because that's as long as it's been around for, and they just devalued G so hard because they believed in this philosophy that premium is going to die. The whole point is to rotate the game, and all those cards are supposed to never be played again. Which is
Are you sure that's the philosophy? And the philosophy isn't the case of there are so few cards in G now that you actually run the old G cards?
It's because they believed that premium was going to die. That's why they just devalued my stuff like insanely. And because of the hassle, yeah, they did. And because the hassle of me bringing all those cards and the weight and how far in the other side of the country is, I was kind of screwed, and I just wanted to clear my room, so I just settled for the chump change.
Also, Moose is calling a lot of doubles exceeding.
2 doubles, man.
Yeah.
Spike Brothers.
Moose has
Oh,
already.
yeah, the new Spike Brothers stride isn't bad actually. That's to do some pretty
Hey,
aggro.
you got a double, man. You can have a placement.
Oh,
D Police. Oh no, this is not D Police. Sorry, this is Nova Grappler.
Nova Grappler ones, I think people are looking into it in the wrong way. People look at the Nova Grappler one thinking about only about using what's it called? They were thinking only about the bestiality stuff, and they weren't thinking about how it could be used. I don't know, with other cards that we stand.
Yeah.
In the battle phase. Because everyone's go, you have to do it in the main phase, but no, you can do it in the battle phase. So it's like, you Vanguard 4 times, casually.
Yeah, just do Victor, man.
Literally is, yeah. It's literally a really, really good optional stride.
we just played the best Nova deck.
Sure, Kaiser. I knew it would be you.
So Gold Paladin. That's quite nice to have.
Yeah.
I think the most annoying thing about sets has got to
No,
be.
man.
Oh, that's cool.
Kagura.
The most annoying thing about these sets has got to be the issue of balance on the G guards is not good. I don't think.
Well, like this one, for example.
It's more of a case of like some clans got it good and some clans really didn't get good because like I feel like every clan should have got some way of perfect guarding or minusing 2 crit.
Oh yeah, I love the -2 Chris so much.
-2 crit is a really cool mechanic to add to guarding. I really like the idea of minusing of rather than just guards.
I'm not getting any of the doubles I want.
It's another G guard they made that basically counters D Police, because do you remember Dismal when they made Dismal? It was countering Commander Laurel and Sinbuster.
Yeah, because it stopped you swinging into a rear guard.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, honestly, it's just one of those things. It's like I feel like most clans should have gotten either a -2 crit, or every clan should have got a -2 crit or a Sentinel of some sort, based around their playstyle. Because when you're a clan that didn't get anything like that, it feels really bad. Coming from someone who got a G guard that either does worse than my flip G guard, or
no, I like my G guard. My one is the dream.
I love my ODT G guard, but I hope they ban over triggers so that it's not as much an issue anymore.
Yeah.
Because
true.
AGG guards make you feel bad against over triggers.
Yeah, it does feel good against that thing, but it's also very good into new burst boy that's going to be running around.
Yeah.
I think overall, what does the Pale Moon G Guard do, EJ?
It lets me put any number of cards from my hand into soul, and then it gains 10k shield for each one. And I think it's if 3 or more were put in, my opponent picks one of their standing units and puts it to soul.
Yeah, because at least you got interruption of your G Guard, which I didn't get. I mean, I got a plus 5k to the Vanguard only on the first place, and that's awful.
Yeah,
It's like the worst thing about Aqua Force G Guards is that they're designed to beat Aqua Force.
Literally put 4 doubles already.
It's literally
Like,
Civil
2
War.
doubles left to go, and I'm like, I'm screwed because I'm putting stuff I don't want.
I'm surprised I have not seen a Pale Moon box topper yet.
I mean, oh dear,
No,
Aqua Force Civil War, let's go.
I just want to pull 2 DP.
Much as the DP, yeah, I get that. Unfortunately, my G Guard does not, and I'm kind of sad about it, considering it's literally also 2 of the worst wave patterns for us as well, because it doesn't work into a Vanguard swing, and it doesn't work in. It's literally you have to use it first when the smallest attack is coming, generally, on most cases, and usually the Vanguard swing is second or first swing.
I've got
In most decks, depending on the deck.
What's the second skill of the G Guard again, John?
Okay, so first wave, I can counterblast 1 to gain 5k permanently on my Vanguard to the end of turn, right? And the second skill is 4th battle order, so that's only first wave or more. No, only first wave, and then the second skill is 4th wave or more. It gains plus 20k. It's not a perfect guard. Johannes is hitting 20 plus 25k most of the time, so it's like it doesn't even help. In that regard, Vanguard swings are usually first, second, and third, depending on the clans that they're in. They're almost never 4th wave or more outside of combo decks. Like it's honestly just not well. Like I like the idea that they're going with the plus 5 to the front row, but it's a case of it's a counterblast cost each time as well. So you can't just throw down 2 of them and be like, yeah, I'm plus 10k now. And turns off like a decent amount, because the thing is it would need to be like plus 10k for the first wave permanently, like, and basically it would need to be a heal guard, right, to really think about, because like even think about how it is currently with the current heal guards, like people can easily punch over a heal guard in their grade 3 turn, right? And even in their grade 2 turns in some decks you can punch over a heal guard, and that's plus 10k for the turn, right? So plus 5k is even smaller, and it's against a stride in most cases. So it's like, what's that going to do for you? I mean, considering that we'd usually have a large hand, it can make our hand value go up, but it's still a case of we're dropping a heal for that, and a counter blast, not to mention that, because the other thing is that depending on how the damage has been dealt in the game, dropping a counter blast straight away in your turn is maybe not a good idea, and it may not even be possible. If your opponents just say put you on 1 damage, you've had to use that 1 counter blast for your stride turn or your grade 3 turn. You now have no counter blast for the first wave, so you can't even use the first skill.
Yeah, but 10k would have been too much.
Hey, would it though? Look at the heal guards.
Because
heal guards are not even enough in a lot of cases against decks that can.
But it might feel too much at some point. So
it's just a case of being set up in a really body way, in terms of the skill it's got. And I get that if it was 10k and you could drop 2, I mean, sure, you would counterblast 2 to do it. It's just a case of, like, if you look at the current format and generally just the numbers that people hit on rearguards, like a lot of rearguards swing at 30k upwards. Or at least 24k upwards, generally. So if you think Grand Blue, for example, almost every single one of their swings is 24k upwards.
I don't think you want me to say that just instantly kills a whole turn.
What?
I opened boxes. I literally got 2. fuck it, dude. There's no different ones. It's just like me, Joker, Kagero, Spikes, Genesis, and Blue, Get Chronicles, and again, 06. How can you just do that? Get 6 different clans. In 6 boxes.
Okay, we just finished another box. Okay, so Dino Monkeys asked how the pulls are doing, so I'm just going to summarize quickly what SRs we've got in the first 5 boxes. We've got Tachikaze just now, we've got D-Police, we've got Pale Moon from the very first pack, we've got the Shell Paladin one, and we've got the Genesis one. So we have 2 Night Sanctuaries, 1 Dragon Empire, 1 Dark, 1 Space.
Yeah, more.
But no, yeah. Continue with my previous point. If you look at the heal triggers as well, like heal triggers pre-thing, they also have the -2 crit effect. So it's like you've effectively got heal triggers in some of the other G guards. If not better, because certain things like the Genesis one, I believe, is till the end of turn rather than the end of battle.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Yes.
It's really handy.
And
it's very neck heavy, but it's really worth having access to something like that.
Yeah. And it sets you up as well, doesn't it? Because doesn't it let you put cards from hand to soul?
Yes, it does. That's what makes it even better as well, because you're not compromising
Exactly.
on
You can
soul charging.
so it's not even as much of a neg as it sounds.
Yeah. Like you're still soul charging, progressing towards soul charge plays. Yeah.
And just say you're against Dragonic Overlord, for example, just a random one off the top. You minus them 2 crit for the turn. So it's like, 3 Legion swings on 0 crit, go for it.
Yeah, exactly. And Minerva as well. You can use it in the mirror match. And D-Police is to me my favorite bit, but for sure, because there's like almost no other way I can survive a linker combo.
Yeah, well, I know that this is. I still don't know how relevant that will be, because D-Police are still really bad early game.
Yeah,
and
that's what's stopping it from actually becoming that. I guess, popular.
While that remains the case, they're roughly in control, and we don't have to worry about them swamping the meta yet.
Yeah.
If the meta ever goes to longer form games, though, that's when they'll start to become really strong.
It's like I'd compare a deck like that to G-Set 8 Fenrir, actually, because it's like it just kept getting gatekept by the fact that the speed of the game was always kind of kept up enough to to prevent it from being too popular.
Yeah, it is just a case of I would very much be a fan if they had made the G guards more equalized across the board rather than the Nova Grapple.
Well, be careful what you wish for, because otherwise we'll just end up with cards like this where half the set did the exact same thing.
I mean, true, but I don't mind if half the set says -2 crit to the end of turn. Smile. Okay, I probably would mind, but like it is a case of like yeah, players will always prioritize seeking ways to speed up the game. You're right on that one.
Yeah, I kind of miss the diversity in some of these cards that we get.
I mean, I think we've got a fair good bit of diversity in the general skills on these cards. While there was like a general idea, I think there's less diversity in the V series new stuff, because it's like there's a very clear running theme among several of the cards in the new V series collection.
As long as it's normal units, then you're safe. But whenever it's trigger units, it's always so homogenous.
Yeah, I wish it wasn't like again. They're worried about
since like after G era, because G era was the last time I think I had variation, right?
Well, I know, but the thing is, it's because of the variation that they stopped doing that, because it's like, oh no, the clans that are currently broken at the end of G, a large amount of them had things like problem cards that were often stand triggers, not because they were stands, but because they were
good effects,
because they had skills attached to them that were so out.
But were they really problem cards?
So we had.
Or would you just say the reason they did it was because they just wanted to make the game have a bit more, like less vanilla drawing?
Okay, they did want to do that, right? But
it wasn't
the
just stance. There's also crits
they could
as
have
well.
Started, yeah, I know that, but it's the case of they started V series as a reboot, so it's the kind of thing like, so they're doing the same thing as the original Vanguard, where triggers didn't have skills for a while, right? So you're like, okay, that's fine. I'm sure in a year or two, will have triggers of skills, right? Because they'll want to sell triggers as well, and people will buy them. And then, of course, you have the Draw PG come along, which is the only revolution that be brought to trigger lineup other than the 10k base.
And they're all the same in every clan.
And then they were all the same in every clan. You sort of have this constant homogeny. Is it the right word? Yeah, and then of course no forerunners as well. And I get why they did that, because they were probably worried with the forerunners that again you'd end up with a card like, I don't know, look at Pale Moon forerunners, where they're a lot better than other clans forerunners based on the way that the Pale Moon works, right? It's a case of it's very easy to mess up forerunners, unless they make them the simplest forerunners in the game. So just like call themselves and gain free K if they boost, right? That's like the only way to make forerunners in a way that doesn't potentially break the system. And so to avoid that, they just went, all right, it's easier if we don't have them.
Probably.
I don't even know. I can't figure out for the life of me. I mean, I just don't see how it can go wrong, because there's been loads of triggers with abilities anyway, and
what I will say is that there are several stand triggers on the ban list that are there because of their abilities. No, Refros and Pixie, to think of two, not to mention Tarot. They're just there because they had abilities that were strong enough to effectively lean the game incredibly hard. Although I do believe that some of them maybe shouldn't be either at the amount they are on the ban list, or shouldn't be on the ban list at all at this point. But again, Bushy are much less fast to put things off the ban list than to put things on the ban list.
Yeah, that's true. I wonder, when was the last time they unrestricted something in premium format?
I remember they all unrestricted Odysseus might end up going back on there soon, depending on how the community reacts.
When did Odysseus? Wait, when did
Odysseus during Ripple formats? It's the same reason. Do you remember back when effectively in Ripples were being played where you didn't even ride up to grade 3? You just sit on grade 2 for the entire game. It's the same reason why there's some 7Cs cards that are still banned to this day. Yeah. I believe one to this day. They're still there for the same reason.
Yeah, I can't figure out for the life of me why certain 7Cs cards are still on the restriction list.
I think it's loops, probably.
I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a game that's very notorious for restrictions, and you always see them unban stuff all the time. And
that's because they're trying to keep the flow in the game going, whereas they're experimenting. Because the problem is, right, with Yu-Gi-Oh! Is that they often get put in a situation where they either ban one card or they ban 3 cards. And so they sometimes flip between them.
Yeah, true.
So, for example, there are 3 or 4 cards on the ban list, probably more at this point, right? They're literally there because Crystron Halka Fibrax exists in Yu-Gi-Oh, right?
Yeah.
So it's literally there for that reason and that reason alone, and
they won't hit Fibrax because it's still in the new set.
Yes, basically, that one's probably monetarily motivated. So it's a case where they could flip it. Though I'm sure people would find other ways to break the game, having Glow Up Bulb back. I'm sure, but
I want Wait, is Glow Up Bulb still banned?
Yes, it's banned because of Hulk, but I believe along with O-Line and several other things. I think.
Oh, God. Yeah, that ban is the reason why I quit Yu-Gi-Oh. I mean, it was the nail in the coffin. I got really annoyed because I was like a budget player, and by that I mean I spent all my pocket money on Yu-Gi-Oh. And obviously I was still in school, and it just pissed me off how I would go through all this effort trying to build a deck, and generally they were decks I liked as a casual player, but then they did happen to be good as well, obviously because they were anime themed, so I was one of those guys building their favorite decks from the show and things. And so just give me a sec. Yeah, I got a bit lost trying to put the Narukami stuff in the pile. So it just felt very demotivating when they just flat out ban stuff that has that much value to me. And obviously there were other issues with Yu-Gi-Oh! As well that was already kind of sending me down that rabbit hole of wanting to quit. And I was really tight with this game for a decade before I quit. but it just couldn't keep me cling to it anymore.
Well, at least you feel like you put into a better.
Oh man, Narukami's going to be even more of a pain now.
Oh, and it wasn't just that; it was also the fact that they pushed Xyz by banning all the synchro cards. It just made it seem
that was
like
of the dimension collapsing. You have to understand that they had to ban synchros because otherwise the world would be taken over by an AI. The anime told me that.
yeah.
Oh, dear.
I just hate the idea of a ban list being used to monetize rather than for integrity.
I get that.
Yeah.
But it is always going to be a case of some people will support a ban and others will be against it. It's unfortunately.
I think it's also because a lot of players just want like when they see like any of this stuff going on, they're just looking for the game to just always be better. Whereas you always have certain types of people who, like in companies, making decisions that aren't really about making the game better, but just about how they can monetize the game. And I think that's kind of the issue with Yu-Gi-Oh.
All right, so Mr. VTuber says, in response to that, Mo, when there is less you can spend, the proportionate value of any card you possess is that much greater, as a feeling of loss from it being restricted.
Wait, is this in the chat?
Yeah, this is in the voice chat, which I didn't even know existed until about half an hour ago.
The voice chat. It's not on Twitch, is it?
No, it's on the Discord. It's like a tiny window.
I haven't been paying attention to this because
Mr. VTuber says, in response to that, basically, I think what he's trying to say is that part of the thing is when you have less money to spend, the cards that you do hold much greater value.
Oh yeah, of course, definitely. Yeah. And it's not even just the money; like it's even the feelings and the energy.
It's like if you're really attached
the time you spend with those cards.
Like it's going to be pretty sad as things go.
Like I don't mind. I'm always happy to make new decks. I just hate it when a company tries to shake me down to build decks. Like I want to do it. I want to do it because I can do it, not because I'm forced to do it.
Yeah, I mean technically that does happen because of power creep naturally over time anyway.
Yeah.
You will naturally invest in the next set to keep your deck up to date, and eventually, you know.
Yeah, it's like exactly. It's like the way you can go about. Like, there's so many different ways to do it, but like some are more subtle, whereas some of them are more excessive, and it has like a different vibe.
It's the ship of Theseus idea. I think it's the ship of Theseus. I'm not sure if I got the name right. It's effectively the idea of the ship was replaced over time, right? Like it would have to be fixed until none of the pieces of the ship were the same as the original pieces. Is the ship still the same ship? And it's the same with your deck. You'll replace pieces over time, and eventually you'll get to a point where your deck looks nothing like it did.
Oh yeah, true that.
So you know, occasionally it does happen over time based on that. I mean, it depends what clan you play. You know.
Yeah, that's probably like the most lightest
analogy that EJ is playing. Literally, effectively just like a half broken ship because it's full of old pieces.
Yeah, that's like the lightest way of doing it.
It is the lightest way of doing it, and it's okay as long as it remains manageable. Because if power creep goes out the wazoo, then I got you covered, man. If power creep goes too fast though, it becomes a problem.
Yeah, like these series.
And because that's when people realize what's going on and go, hold up, I can't keep up with any of this because everything's so fast. And I'm really happy with the clan collection stuff because most of it is like not better than the stuff that came before it. Like very few cards are as powerful as like Gurgit and Percy or Luar. And sure, we have things like the new Ripple stuff, but that's more being made powerful based on cards around them rather than the inherent cards themselves.
Right, yeah, it doesn't feel as blatant as well. Yeah, like V Series' big problem was because like it just looked like a get rich quick scheme, and then everyone's just like, woohoo, look, the sales are going up and everything. It's like, yeah, but long term, have you seen the kind of effect this kind of thing has on consumer psychology?
It's very much a worry.
It is, yeah. Like V Series was a bad long term failure, really, with how they've handled it. Because Clan Collection, like the way they started handling from I think Clan Selection onwards was much better.
Yeah,
but
very much. I think that's when we've seen it really. They've realised, but it's because they don't have to sell it as hard, right? Because it's not their flagship anymore. Because D Series is their flagship.
Yeah, that's the one advantage to multiple formats.
Every deck more powerful than the last. Yeah. Every grade 3, it's more like they can now look into supporting decks that need the support. Cough, cough, Ashira Kaiser for EJ. Big fan over there, I hear.
Yeah, I will say, like, format splits to some
It's
extent.
true.
Like, one advantage, like, really good advantage to it, is that because they monetize elsewhere, it kind of preserves the quality of the core product, which is premium. So technically, I mean, although we do wish there was more premium product anyway, it does at the very least make it so that it's not at risk of being hyper milked, and as a result leading to degrading game quality.
Yeah.
I mean, they still need to get the balance though. I feel like now they've just kind of gone from one extreme to another.
A little bit. I think
yeah.
that some cards in this premium festival stuff are very, very much stronger than others, as I've said earlier. Like, especially in the stride department, and some of the strides are solving blatant problems that clans have, such as Neonectar again. Like, that solves the issue of Neonectar, not having a stride really.
Yeah.
While the Aqua Force one, for example, solves the issue of having like only 1 or 2 good cards in hand when you need to call a full board. So now you can just stride that, play only 1 card and still make a decent attack turn. Like, it all adds up fairly well to support the deck. Shadow Paladin, it just gives them another option to retire board and even punish decks like Grand Blue, who are like maybe leaving one or 2 rear guards on board, so they can do their G guard combos, and Shadows can turn that off because they can retire both those cards, so they can't do any G guard shenanigans.
It just reminds me, like, there's a spice that I was testing, that I was considering playing for. It for Bishop Springfest Premium, which was basically mixing Vanguard in Regalia. Because one the players, so obviously damage triggers to deal with Nightmare Doors, but also Vanguard field nuking, so that your opponent can't use Candir.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, it's a thought, but the thing is that thanks to Order Colony's like existence, like I feel like the number of Grand Blue decks generally went down.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, though, it also meant the number of Narukami decks went up. Can't say I was a fan of the Dungaree players. Not the players themselves. The players themselves were lovely people, but the deck itself was like, man, get out of my hand.
The thing I'll say, at least you were against Dungaree. I had to go against Gauntlet Buster Descendant, hitting 5 crit twice.
Oh, I think I went against that deck as well. It was very unfortunate. I won while my opponents in grade 2.
Oh.
Because I basically did the most typical how to win on turn 3, which is high roll, and obviously have the crit, but then have the over trigger as well.
Nasty.
Yeah.
Oh well, what happens at that point? This is the problem: is that it's just a case of it does eventually come down to a point when if you put like, I don't know, 20 evenly matched players, evenly skilled players, it does become a luck thing. If everyone plays the deck perfectly, not that we all do, but like if everyone plays the deck perfectly, it does eventually come down.
To be fair, he didn't even get to play the game. He literally just used his grade 1 search, and then I just went to my turn. I wasn't even playing to win. I was actually looking to just conserve and have my equip gauges set up so that he can't stun burst me. And then this over trigger just jumps out of the blue. I'm like, oh, because I was actually thinking about not even doing the restand because I don't want to discard 1 from hand and discard an equip gauge to have 4 in drop zone.
Yeah. It's an unfortunate factor of the game that has to be taken into account. It's not quite the same as triple crit, but like it's functionally like it's just something we have to deal with at this point. Like, hopefully we won't have to deal with it much longer, and the triple crit scenario will become all the funnier because of it. But
yeah,
there's nothing quite like that. Oh dear.
Like,
there's nothing as scary as a person who's willing to go all in on Vanguard for the faint chance of insta killing you.
Like, for me against that guy, it was more that I survived his double descendant 5 crit swings. Then I pushed him enough that by his next turn, he had the top deck into cards because all he had left was his descendant Vanguard attack with no other skills on it, so he couldn't stride, and he going to do one little 17k attack while I was on 1 or 2 damage. So it was easy. then just me striding the next turn and finishing him because I pushed him to 5 that turn after. It was still a kind of scary vibe doing that. So guarding all that 5.
Yeah, I'm back.
Welcome back. Oh, I'm just happy that I managed to avoid my overtrigger all day.
Oh,
I hit the overtrigger once.
I only ever drew it, and I only ever drew it in hands that were awful. So I was sitting there going, well, not even gonna have a get out of jail free card in this one.
I remember
lost
having
one
it
game
in my hands
on the
from deep.
trigger, and I won one game.
Oh dear. I think I must have kicked some puppies before like that event or something, like because I saw the worst hands I've ever seen for 4 games.
I saw a horrible hand in V Premium game 4 against Luard. I basically mulliganed. I kept only Phonemas of Constellations because it's a grade 2. And then I basically drew into 4 triggers. And then I think I drew another trigger for my draw phase. And then I GSS into Decay. Decay only gets 1 grade 3, which is the old Uranus, I believe. And then I drew the Decay of the Draw Starter, another one. I used that, and I ended up with 0 Astropodes.
oh no.
Yeah. And I obviously... Well, I actually managed to get my opponent 6 damage anyway, after he did his high roll turn. Because obviously Luard Morpheus doesn't do double crit right away. But then I went to my turn. I got him to 6, but he got his first heal in his 6 damage check. So I basically just died the next turn. I went from like 2 to like high damage. To like death basically. It had Morpheus. There was Morpheus on the field as well.
What am I drawing? I don't even know.
That's why I like Psychic Bird, the original Psychic Bird, because if I draw too many triggers, I can at least mulligan one of them.
True. He's nice.
When the bird is psychic.
And by the way, this is part of the reason why Regalia. Part of the reason I don't think Regalia is like that good, is because not only, well, obviously most decks don't have triggers at draw, but at least most decks they have ride targets, whereas Regalia doesn't really have as much going for it in the ride target department.
I think the thing that really runs Regalia at the moment is its kill potential is just out the wazoo again.
Yeah.
Like it.
And
Its ability to murder decks, and you can always sit something like Nightmare Dolls, for example. You can leave them on 3 damage or 2 damage, and you can be lethal at all times, pretty.
Yeah,
and that's enough.
Exactly. That's really helpful. Yeah, but you can still die to 3 damage Nightmare Dolls.
Yes, we can all die to 3 damage Nightmare Dolls.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's just a fact of life.
It's just because it's not about Nightmare Dolls. It's Axle Circles, which are more additional free attacks. You got Strides that attack multiple times.
Again,
so even if you didn't have dolls,
the existence of Dark Princess, I don't know if they're going to do anything about her or not. Whether they should or not is also another question, because I think if they get rid of her, Elman will fall off the map, so they can't. It's the same thing as the same problem with Gridora. It's like Megacon to exist as a clan if they get rid of Gridora, but if they keep Gridora with the new Stride as well, it might become a problem.
Is it not just maybe going to be like a way to? I mean, if they get rid of the dragon thing with the book, whatever.
They get rid of the dragon thing in the book. Okay, the thing is, right? I play tested Gridora. I play tested Megaclony without the book, right?
Yeah.
Without the dragon. And the deck is fairly good, but it still suffers from hand size issues.
Yeah, of course.
It's overwhelmed eventually. But the problem is, the reason they suffer from that is that partly because a lot of the time they can't clear boards very easily, and some decks that can restand those boards counteract them pretty heavily. And the new Stride allows them to basically do board clear up as well, selectively. So you can get rid of things selectively. Because it's like if something has a skill that can be used once per turn, right? It's still on the board even under Gridora.
Yeah.
It can still use that skill, but now with the new Stride, they can just pop it, and effectively for free, and each turn they get a pop more for free. I believe. I think that's how new stride functions.
I think so, because you've got the counter charge engine as well.
Yeah, it countercharges itself as well, I believe, if you pop something. So it's like it just adds up. And again, I do feel like still Mega Colony might still look to only play D cards, right? So like because currently Mega Colony doesn't have a better ride, because like the Persona ride actually does a lot for them, because it means that they actually have a threatening Ghidorah turn. But it's a case of if there's any particular Stoicheia ride line that can actually functionally help them, because like you could go for an Inlet Pulse build with Flagberg, for example, but then again, whether that's worthwhile or not, still yet to be seen. It is a case of we're going to need a bit more time to see what comes out of Mega Colony, I think, because depending on what happens, it could become very problematic. I mean, currently, of course, you have like all of the Grand Boop. Very rough prediction, yeah. It is a rough prediction.
I think it's more safe to say it's just the nation system being the nation system, because the game was never designed this way.
But it's also Mega Colony not having any particularly strong grade 3 options. Like you can run, what's his name? You can rip 2 cards out of your opponent's hand in your first grade 3 ride with what's his name?
What? Winning?
There. What's his name? Come on, EJ. Bring it to me.
What player are we thinking of?
Giraffa. There you go, Giraffa. You can Giraffa people's hands to make them drop 2 on attack if you ride up first. Although nowadays it looks like Mega Colony is able to sit on grade 2 a lot better. So it's effectively because they've now got a good grade 2 lineup. They can grade 2 game against most plans, so they don't even need to think about riding up most of the time. So they're almost always going to grade 3. So whether it'll matter or not is an entirely different thing.
I think Mega Colony on a time limit on how much they can stay on grade 2.
They are on a time limit more than some decks. It's like they can either... Yeah, but basically their ride up won't be as good either, because they don't have the, a hard instant draw 3, because look. So it's going to be interesting to see where they end up with that. Oh, Dragon with a Glock. I don't know about Tachi right now. Tachi look interesting at the moment. Whether Spino Driver Reverse will break them, supposedly, I don't know.
I saw.
No, you'd have that card joy.
Okay, so I got the... I haven't bought any more copies of it. What were the comments saying anyway? That's how I still hold emotion connection to Indra. I never had enough money to build a decent deck when I was young, so I had a part, and Indra was one of my bosses. I'll insult the card for being bad, but I still love it. Indra, was there an Indra in Yu-Gi-Oh?
I
think so, let me just check. Find the card.
Or am I thinking of Vanguard Indra? Because I know there's a Vanguard Indra.
Vanguard.
I think it's Indra as in Vanguard, the one that was Vajra.
Right, that one.
One.
Yeah, that was a really cool archetype. It never got properly supported.
Also, hey man, that could be another clan collection card. It could happen.
Oh,
It'll just become a
if Dungaree can, and I'm still...
Yeah.
Oh, right, it's Vanguard Indra. Yeah, I'm still wondering when they'll do Dungaree Unlimited, or whatever his name is.
They might well do that in the next clan collection. I'm hoping they're going to start moving towards either more Legion stuff again, or
G-Series.
Hopefully, what's it called? And G stuff, because I think we're probably bound for a second wave of G support now.
Yeah, it looks like they're purposely trying to dodge G, except for Gear Chronicle. Gear Chronicle is the only thing I'm still seeing stuff.
Covering ground at the moment, because they're trying to get the nostalgia boost of all these cards like Ashura Kaiser that people really love. That people want to see.
Not burn the hype too much either.
They're covering their ground because they're covering all their limit break stuff at the moment. We're just getting the final. I think this will be the final bits based on limit break for a while now, and then we're going to move into more Legion style and G era style. So we'll maybe get Shaharot 2. We'll get Davos 2 potentially, and we might get some more things like Anchor Boil Dragon as well. It's hard to say. I really hope they. To be honest, I wish they'd make bigger sets. That would probably be the way I'd say it, because I'd like more variety of stuff. It's the same way that I'd like the premium festival collection to not be four cards a pack, and to have stuff based on keywords.
Yeah, the amount of people who want keyword stuff, I really wish they did that, because it just feels like they are completely ditching G-era stuff and focusing way too much on V.
I don't blame them, because it's much easier for them to just accept that V is the main stuff than to effectively go
Yeah,
off
but
on.
you see, that's the thing. That's like Yu-Gi-Oh right now has support for very old deck themes, whereas Vanguard isn't really doing much about old deck themes right now.
Okay, that depends because at the moment it depends very much on the deck that you're playing. Because if you're playing something like Silverthorns, you're going to be running like a large majority old stuff, right? You're going to be running almost half and half, right, EJ?
Yeah, true. To extent.
And
I'm
very much.
talking about like the bosses based around certain themes. So like the keywords,
true.
yeah.
I get that, and it things. I mean, the one thing I will agree with is that some of the strides help support old keywords.
Is a subclan theme as well.
Yeah, it is. It is very much a subclan theme, but they also still use a lot of old cards because a lot of the old cards are simply just powerful. They took their lesson at the beginning of V, and they did not make another copy of Purple Trapezist or any of those kind of cards. They specifically avoided making costless Pale Moon cards simply because they knew exactly what would happen if they did.
But Joe, they gave me an arena in Overdress now.
They did, didn't they?
Correcto. She's gonna be so fun. I get to do multiple stack loops now.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Oh well, we'll deal with it when it comes to it.
I just want to print a free traveler that is free.
A what?
A free traveler that is free. On play, search your deck for one card and put it into Soul. All it has to do.
Yeah, sure.
All it has to do.
More problem than one. Oh dear. Again, it's that thing. You might get one in D.
Yeah, I think we will. Like
with the new Highlander Dark Soul Charge in D, I wouldn't be surprised if they give us a card that says on play search your deck for a card that's not already in your Soul and put it into Soul.
Yeah, I think we'll get something like that.
Yeah, it's gonna be silly.
They probably could, but they probably restrict it to a Chaos name.
Yeah, they might restrict it to a Chaos name, which would.
They haven't restricted anything else lately.
True, that's because nothing else would really want to run most of the other cards. Because you won't really put anything in Final Rush because you run multiple copies. Barrel Magnus already has great Soul Charge and Greedon. I don't like Greedon, so I don't care.
No one likes Greedon. He's just a blockhead dragon. He's literally block dragon from Yu-Gi-Oh, but with flesh.
I think like everyone looks at Greedon in premium, probably just find him feel uninviting towards the card. I
mean, I think he's got multiple problems to begin with, like his alcohol addiction.
Yeah. The fact doesn't look like it fits aesthetically with some of the decks it's mixed in.
I mean, yeah, it's like surely they would have made a aesthetically cool. Like it's like okay, we've got the DI aesthetic, we've got the Spike Weather aesthetic. We're missing Gear Chronicle and Pale Moon, and when you get this card that's sort of somewhere between Pale Moon and I don't know, like it's not quite Pale Moon. It doesn't feel like he's going to the circus, and his backup rear guards aren't circus themed either. They're just DI units.
Correcto. And we got Chaos, who's another DI unit.
I mean, it also suffers from the fact that they all look the same.
Dragonwood, who's like Greedon, he's in between. So I don't know. But I have hope because there's the female Dark State player in the anime. So hopefully in the booster set we'll get her right line, and then it will be more aesthetic pleasing.
I hope so, because at the moment...
My only concern with like Pale Moon and Dark States is if they start making rearguard Pale Moon units, and then you've just given Spike Brothers DI like the only thing they were missing, and that was being able to call from a soul.
Yes, that's true, actually. Oh, no.
Like...
what do you mean? You just play Baron Magnus? Bullhead.
Not all just...
The other problem is Baron Magnus and what's his name are too similar. Like...
Yeah, no, but I've found that, like... it's...
Well, Noto is hinting at 8 assassins. That's all.
8 assassin when? I mean, we have 5 already. So.
We have 5,
Wait,
Smile.
what? 5 assassins?
Yeah, we
Oh,
have 5 assassins in New Relics.
it's a running joke that I have. Basically, there is a legal way of playing full power NLK again.
Oh.
It's not good. That's why I said illegal and not good. But it's possible to play full power NLK again. You can get 6 Vanguard attacks.
Oh.
I do believe, yeah. I think currently D is killing clan identity in a way that's not really nice, and I don't like looking at my deck and seeing it's a mess of like all these different themes when I just want it to be one theme.
Yeah, it's why a lot of
But
us
you do have that
draw this
theme.
theme in the first place.
Yeah, I know. It's like, oh, it's really cool. I can pick from all these different themes, and I gotta play that theme. And it's like, no, you have to play this card that looks nothing like anything that you've currently played because it's good and nothing else.
Yeah, and that's a bit like meta Yu-Gi-Oh decks from back in the day.
I mean, I'm fine with it. It's just a case of like, I really wish the
Wind
art
up
matched
Zen
up. Like,
mains.
oh, give me a broken
Diorama.
card.
Hey, wait,
Yeah.
isn't it for you, Joel and Mo, for both of you, that at least one of your decks both have the aesthetic mostly that you want? Like, you've got Hexaor, Joel's got Flagbird.
I mean, Mo has the advantage that Hexorb kind of plays like 2
Oh, very
aesthetic
good
plays.
tournament.
Oh, very nice.
Hexorb is going to be so irrelevant.
It has
on
more
OTT.
like Oracle Think Tank and Genesis vibes. Like it at least has like it can lean into both of those and Angels, and they look fairly similar enough that it doesn't notice too much. Whereas me, it's like, oh, I'm playing a military vibe, and now here's a flower girl.
I was going to say Hexorb's going to be so irrelevant OTT actually, because I was thinking about trying OTT, but Magus is actually going to end up being a superior Hexorb when we get the new
I was
promo.
going to say, like, for Hexorb to surpass Oracle Think Tank, you have to have something. Yeah, something absolutely to.
But then they give restanders anyway to a few of the subclans, so it's all looking good.
I honestly feel like they're doing the restanding
Thank God.
really fast.
Oh,
As for the
I think
for the comments on Thunderstrike, I agree. I really miss Thunderstrike. I used to mess around with Narukami Thunderstrike all the time. It was a lot of fun back when
especially when it
Narukami
was
had
more
no
tactical.
fights.
Yeah, especially when it was more
It was
tactical.
I will state now and here and now, there is no funner matchup in the game than End of G first Narukami set Narukami mirror match. That is the funnest gameplay I've ever played. The game's gone for ages, and it's just funny out the butt. Like, it's just hilarious.
I enjoyed fighting Bladewing Tybalt.
How many boxes?
I meant that very sarcastically actually. I also enjoyed playing against Messiah, but no, not really.
I enjoy playing against Messiahs as much as I enjoy holding a gun to my head.
I especially enjoyed Luard for like half of G as an OTT player. Actually, funny thing is about Luard. I used to do like really bad with OTT against it, but when I played Gold Paladins, I was actually very effective against Luard. Even though like everyone, like almost anyone, no matter what clan they played, was complaining about Luard. But there was this Gurgwit strat, the Heavenly Law one, the one that discards one you call from the top of your deck, top 7. I'd use that to get one unit. I'd usually call Canarius off the top 7, ideally. That's the one that, like, if you place it, you discard 1, check top 3 or 4 or something, and you call 1 unit. And it also has an extra 4k power if you have Gurgwit Vanguard. I used to do that and get, like, 5 minimum attacks. Obviously, Quill can extend even more. Like, that deck was good. But obviously you shred your entire hand, but you actually kill your opponent with it. I actually built quite a few decks like that. There was also Ishtar, Amaruda Ishtar. That was also another deck that I used to do tons of pressure. Good grade 2 game actually though. It was literally built like a Sanctuary Guard deck. Just play only 4 grade 3s or something.
Wait, what?
Someone can
What
hope for his Amaruda in the next vehicle.
Oh god. Amaruda is going to be so weird. It's literally just going to be a generic boss. I don't know what they're going to do that will make it similar to the
Yeah,
OG.
it's kind of it's out by itself. It'll be coming out by itself, so it'll have to have some like really decent support effect to really
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to do this. It's probably going to be like Fortuna, where it's just going to be like, oh, here's a few cards that just happen to work better with this, but maybe are more awkward with other cards. like the whole main phase soul blasting mechanic or whatever. Like just the way cards are timed.
I think my biggest issue with like the current design of V sets, like the V clan collections, is while it's really good to be able to get everything at once, you're limited to what, 4 cards?
Yes, as I said, I would love to expand the size of the set.
Oh, 3 cards.
Yeah.
And like, and that's, it's not just the fact that it's 3 cards. It's 3 cards every 6 months. So it's a catch-22. To support something, you've got to give it more support, right? But if you're like, let's take Ammon for example, right? So Ammon's has had 2 waves of support, but it's still not finished. The deck's still not like, it's still not got everything it needs.
Everyone has stolen all his pieces.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it doesn't help when Narukami does the same but better. But like, that means if they want to make Ammon better, they're gonna have to spend another 6 months designing another card. But that means they've just spent 1.5 years supporting one deck.
True.
Yeah, Dual Knights as well. They went through what, 3 waves to finish, sort of finish. Well,
Yeah. So it's a catch-22.
No, they had Thingsaver in one, right?
Yeah, so they had Thingsaver, but then it was Ashley, Salome, and now it's reverse.
Oh, yes, yeah. True, yeah.
I mean,
so
I personally don't mind the multiple waves that much. I mean, there's this idea that at the end I'm going to get the complete deck, then I'm okay with collecting it for now. It's still
the thing I do mind with the whole thing is when they print cards in the 3rd slot. You know, like, I don't know, Cobalt Wave Dragon, and they make it unplayable.
Yeah.
They could have made it B/R for the first skill, which gained 5k every time a rearguard attacks, right? Which would have been fine, because then it becomes a rearguard option that has an Axel marker for you'll have to ride it. It's like, oh, this is a better Riptide Dragon now, because I can attack at any point, and it will get bigger than Riptide Dragon the longer the turn goes on. But no, they were like, no, we've got to make it V only, so it's an extra second, special ride that you could go to a deck of its own. It's like, no, this card's awful.
No, Joe, you're going to see the set after Genovius, Cobalt Wave is going to be the only Aqua Force you want to run.
I played the deck, I built the deck for fun, and it just let me cement some more Aqua Force theory in proving my point that it's a terrible card. Considering how much attacks you have to do, and the amount of counterblast that it then costs to use its skill, plus what it gives for the skill, when you put it into the calculator and then go, hold up, this is just worse Maelstrom Reverse. So why wouldn't I play Maelstrom Reverse instead as my main grade 3? There's no reason to.
Yeah.
The maths just works it out. Like it just, people will play the best thing at doing the thing that you want to achieve. So so effectively what it does is it's a card that, the more attacks you get in a turn, the better it gets, right? But what does it give you for the payoff of having a lot of attacks in a turn? Not that much, right? Whereas Maelstrom Reverse gives you a drive, a crit, and forces your opponent to discard cards, along with gaining massive amounts of power as well for the same setup. And it doesn't force you to fill your board.
But Joe, would you give a new Aqua Force player who's on a budget Cobalt Wave as their first step option?
I would not give them that, because that would be the equivalent of punching them in the face and then not apologizing.
Oh no.
I would give them I would give the Maelstrom Reverse deck, because Maelstrom Reverse is surprisingly cheap.
And is this without the Maelstroms?
Without the Maelstrom, no, that's the thing. You can play pure Reverse without any other Maelstroms. Like, it's not a bad deck. That's the point. Like, I was almost considering taking it to Springfest, because I'm like, this is really nice, but the only problem is it gets stopped if you go first by a single heal trigger. Right, yeah. But it basically means that you can run all the good rearguards, rather than running an engine, because your only ride is the Reverse Maelstrom, and it doesn't care what your rearguards are. It has no conditions that you have to meet to effectively do anything good with it.
Ooh.
Which is the other issue, is that Cobalt Wave has to meet the conditions that it requires to perform its skill, right? And then what its skill does is technically not that great, considering the conditions that you have to meet as well to make good use of it. While Maelstrom Reverse has very limited conditions that it has to meet while performing a great, useful maneuver of, with just 2 rear guards, you can fully activate reverse and get the plus drive and plus crit. Like, it doesn't take much to set off the card, so you can go conservative with it. You can go all in and try and discard your entire opponent's hand. Like, it's an optional card. It has multiple lines of play for 1 skill, whereas Cobalt has only 1 line of play.
Oh.
Guys, I have 2 more boxes left, and then I'm done.
Link Joker box topper.
Yeah.
I got the
If your friend,
I got the OTT Stride, by the way.
When it,
Genesis and OT have got 1
do
each
you want
now.
the OTT? Oh, do you want the OTT SR?
Yeah, I'm trying to collect those.
No,
I have
Yo, is
it.
that Noman in the chat?
Yeah, it's no man.
How you doing, Noman? I just saw Noman's here. Actually, I want to send Noman my deck because I think he's gonna like how I formatted it. You know the 1 card, like the 1 line of cards that he sent Chris. Like just what are
Oh,
the
you mean
greatest
deck
ways?
profile thing.
Yeah, what's the greatest way to send a deck?
Yeah.
I'm exclusively using that from now on.
Just to
Okay,
annoy
you know,
people.
I am very surprised. Neither Mo or Moose have pulled the Pale Moon Power marker, which is so weird.
Oh.
Oh, Mo, have you pulled the SRDI stride, please?
Good question. I don't think I have. I don't remember seeing it.
No,
I think
I
that was-
haven't pulled it.
what? So you can get your 1-off extension play.
No, I want the 3 off for the combo.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, I had to wait through work just to open my boxes. I got them like in the morning, and then I just kind of had to wait through the whole day.
Oh, scary.
Also, while I was away having dinner before the stream started, I actually got another order as well.
What was the order?
Figurine.
Oh, nice. What figure?
Oh, it's from out of Yeast Games. You know, this is from a video game series.
Oh yeah.
It's from the same company that makes these games, actually, the Trails games. They got another series called Yeast, which has been around since 1980s.
Shout out to Noman for innovating the long deck style. Literally tier 0. This is why WCC is the 2nd best team.
Oh,
I say 2nd best because there is a team that is vastly superior. And I get an A-vent team Brexit.
Should change your video name to Idiot's Rant about Aqua Force.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing.
Should I just do that?
You could if you want. Oh,
No, you're because people might think you're the idiot. No, you're not an idiot. You're base.
I don't know if it's updated on the thing.
Oh,
yes, I agree that Dark State as a nation is the easiest one to break the clans that subsist in it from the nation system.
Fun.
And I'm sitting here going, I also noticed that Dark States has the least restrictions out of any of the cards that I've seen so far. Like,
Where are you seeing this?
almost-
Sorry, where are you seeing these questions? Because I don't see that in the chat.
Which one? Oh, it's basically a special
Oh.
chat for the.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say Corey. You can talk on the Twitch chat. This whole thing's on Twitch, by the way. I'll just link him in case he doesn't know about it.
Wait, Noman,
That way, other people can see what we're
who's
talking about.
the 2nd best team?
Also,
So-
we've got
Hold
Bartolomeo.
up, what? Oh, okay, no, he got it right. Team Brexit is number 1. Don't worry.
So yeah, Team Brexit's number 1. Amazon. Oh yeah.
Amazon marketing. What?
Oh no. Oh, what do I? It's just.
Noman is probably my favorite person alive. Jesus. That's super base.
Oh, I see you've done a quick name update. Fantastic. Now I can continue my rant. What's the next topic I should rant about? We've done Cobalt Wave. We've done the G Guard being bad. Anything else?
Mo, For fuck's sake, my deck is too long. It doesn't fit on the playmat. No.
Ooh, another blue.
Royal Paladins.
Joe, you have to walk the bar.
Narukami.
Glory Maelstrom.
Glory Maelstrom. Oh, I've got a whole like list of things about Glory Maelstrom I can talk about.
Got DI here.
I don't know if I should. It might cause serious banning on this thing. The number of times I've been asked by people, why do you not write Glory Maelstrom first?
Yes.
So
I hate the Vanguard.
who's in the Amazon marketing team? Does that include Bastion by any chance?
I think he just means like the actual Amazon. Oh yeah.
I usually say Amazon Prime whenever I'm playing with Bastion.
Take multiple picks.
Shadow Paladins. So I got some money there.
Yeah.
Take multiple picks and then stitch them together. Oh. Oh. Genesis.
Mo, how many Nubatama and DP?
I got 2 SRs for Nubatama. I think it's just 1 DP so far. Yeah, I think Nubatama is the only one I've seen 2 copies of at the moment.
No.
That's painful.
Noman, stop. You're too powerful.
On my way to Twitter. What's going on Twitter?
He's about to tweet a long... He's posting a long picture.
I'm just saying, making an Amazon account to sell Vanguard
Finally got
could be very profitable.
Bermuda's good to have.
Bermuda?
Yeah, I got the
If
Bermuda
anyone
one now.
could ever break the Amazon market and actually sell Vanguard cards on there in a good way, they could definitely do some rich money making schemes.
Oh yeah, I mean it's Amazon.
It's Amazon,
Do
you know.
anything they want.
One day delivery smile.
They might as well be a country.
But no, that's the one. Like the one market that never seemed to break into Amazon was the card market. It's kind of funny. I still remember looking for like base
so
rarity
bad.
cards on Amazon, and they're all like 30 quid. I'm like, excuse me.
To be honest, yeah, Amazon's always been. It's never really been the best at anything for me. Whenever I shop for stuff,
It's just there.
At the beginning when they're trying to penetrate the market when retail was still alive. But I swear, like when retail started dying, it feels like they just started exploiting their position and marking up their prices more, and they're just relying on the fact that they're like a second Google, where everyone just automatically goes on Amazon to get the sales, rather than because of price competition.
Okay, so does Narukami only run one exterminate?
No. You run
2
one.
out of 2 at least.
Genesis.
At least 2. You want to use it multiple times in some games.
Okay, Mo, I need your exterminate.
Oracle Think
But
Tank. Did I
as
even...
an Axel
Exterminate
fan,
crap.
Exterminate
Are you
scares
talking about
me.
this? Oh, this guy, right? Exterminate Dragon.
It's
Yeah,
it's
okay.
basically, do you want to get Stunburst? No? Okay, get Exterminated then.
But is
Yeah,
it even that strong?
It's very strong. It's very
Okay, if you're
strong.
playing against an Axel clan, that's plus 30
Mo.
to your front row.
I need exterminate
Or plus
from you.
40.
Oh, Regalia kind
Yeah.
of poops on that first skill.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Regali kind of shits on Naris, but Regali was shitting on Eradicators anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because of how Regalias work.
Yeah. To be fair, even my OTC deck was kind of shitting on them once I figured out how to play around it.
I mean, it's all right, but it's like it's more of an annoyance that like you can normally like cock block the first stun burst turn by like either only having like 4 units on board and nothing in your drop, or the opposite way around. Like you maybe only discard one or not even any on the first stun burst turn, depending on how you play around it. But it's like now it's a case of you kind of have to commit if you're worried about dying instantly to because does Exterminate have a counterblast cost? I seem to remember it doesn't.
Let me check it. I think it had one for the second skill. Or if your front and rear guards gain 10k at the end of the turn for each of your opponent's open front and rear. So it's just a power up.
It's a power up, but that thing's huge depending on the deck you're against. Like that's already plus 20k. If you have even substantial damage, think about the fact they have restanders as well.
Yeah, you've got like
6 boxes.
Esperidia.
Yeah.
You've got like
But is
a
anyone
lot
actually
of
playing that at the moment? Like, is it actually being used?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Esperidia in Narrows. In Exterminate Narrows.
Yeah, Exterminate Arrows. It's good. Like there's a lot of stupid stuff it can do, and even plus 20 to the front row, that's huge. And people tell me that plus 10 to the front row would be too much on a G guard. Screw you.
Do you mean me?
Yeah. So it's probably fine that Narakami's walking around with plus 20, plus 30, plus 40 to the front row, but no. Plus 10 to my Vanguard return. Too much.
Not every deck can push up.
Yeah, I know, but I don't. My G guard is terrible. I don't even have -2 crit, my dude.
I just want to see what Noman's been doing.
So do I.
Yeah, same. I'm like, as soon as he said on my way to Twitter, I was just being like,
What he posted.
Let's see.
Find it.
Oh, you still got so many boxes.
I've got
You
5
got
more
6
after
boxes
this.
there.
Yeah, I've just
Oh
opened the 6th to last. SR.
let's see Noman.
My God.
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
I did my case.
What is this?
I did half my case. I went off, had some food, came back and finished off my case, and you still got 6 left.
Yeah.
Bartholomew's. How much is?
Wait, is this like a domino? But German glass looks a bit shredded.
Not all. Give me the
Oh,
link.
that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted.
German
I
glass
love
looks
you,
like it's
Mo.
been decapitated.
Medium.
Mo, you are my hero.
That's
Right. Anyway, 1 or 2.
Depends. If you want a meme, pick 3. If you want like a somewhat competent deck, play 1.
Okay. I have 1, so that's fine.
So, but there is a meme.
I kind of want to get 2 though.
Technically speaking, there is a way to go into it 4 times in a turn, but I don't actually think it's possible in game settings.
Is this? Wait, can you drop that? I thought that thing was like you had to be grade 3 to use.
Yeah, but you can just abuse. So basically, No Life King and that resolve at the same time. So turn player priority. So they have the same timings. So you resolve the stride, resolve NLK.
Oh, that's funny. What's it even do though?
Oh, fucking nothing. But
No, I know it does. It GB count, guys. We're gonna go for a high GB.
I'm going
we
to
get
the
generation break
GTA.
8. Does your generation break 8 do again?
like you can. So basically, there is a grade 0 in DI that says it's called Spade Jack of Nightmareland. It says when your G unit strides, you may call this card to rearguard circle and soul charge 1. So every time you stride into that, you resolve all of those, then you finish resolving, then you resolve NLK, put those back into the soul, and rinse and repeat.
Wow, it's broken. I'm just going to take out all the copies of, we don't need Fu anymore. This is clearly the way to go.
Clearly the way to go. Like, I keep on trying to touch grass, but Spade Jack of Nightmareland is stopping me.
Oh man, I actually love Fu. It just changes the game entirely. It becomes a completely different game. So much fun.
New nectar.
Me when I get food like 3 times the first turn, so I ride Pursuit Assault and then play 2 Narissa and just sold off 3.
I got 2.
EJ, you want this in it?
Oh yes, I do want that move.
What card?
Oh, I want his SR Pale Moon card also.
I'll have you know, I asked you hoping that it was because I had already written out the combo, and if you had said no, I would have felt like I just wasted like an hour.
Of your life.
Like the combo was already written out.
2, right? Or do you want to 1?
Oh, that cag.
2 or 1?
Oh, two of what?
The spike.
Oh, the spikes. 3.
3. Okay, I need 1.
The spike stride is basically Katrina.
It does the same thing. I mean, the Neonectar stride is also basically Katrina in the end of the day, but like.
Oh, Bartholomew's.
slightly
Ooh,
more.
I end up pulling a Bartholomew.
I only play one Bartholomew. I see some people playing two. Like basically, Bartholomew, you either play it as an OTK in which you only need one, or you play it as like a continuation of the regular Grand Blue deck. In which case, if you've set up your drop zone with Obadiah, if you set up your drop zone before first stride, it's basically better Obadiah if as a first stride.
If you're running Navigator, right? So if you navigate and you pick.
Yeah. Basically, if you've seen Navigator, that first Bartholomew's a really good first stride.
Oh, Ben's card.
Oh,
Link Joker.
you
Oh,
came
we've got some
in
comments
Joe.
here.
Don't need Delita.
So
Different clan.
Katrina, yeah, the thing is, spikes won't get banned because nobody plays spikes, and therefore it will stay under the radar no matter how powerful it is.
I also think like
And
like-
then
so far that deck feels like it's got quite a bit of counterplay to it. So I don't think it's like.
Runs Honolulu, dabs.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
just-
they play around
just
Honolulu like
Yeah.
water, but
Yes, Noto is the deck still the Dudley barrier.
I played around
No,
it
but-
in Belgium by damage checking an over trigger.
Yeah, that's a strong
classic
move.
counterplay.
100%.
Oh yeah, if you check the OT, just check the OT game.
Yeah, exactly. Just play around it. Just play to your out.
Play to your out, just check the OT.
Getting close.
Shout outs to OT. You are my favorite gen.
Oh, you're just really bad in the stat. Hopefully,
Rambo.
I don't think it's that far.
Then we have
What?
Nubatama.
Not this time,
Or is it warp the bit moves?
Neonectar.
It's like on the blue itself is like the foiling. I don't know if it's
Oh,
foil. It's like silver foiling coming to the back of the car.
Is that?
ah,
It's like little
Is that just the card surface is rubbed?
3 boxes
Good.
left.
It's
So
Look like it.
between all these SRs,
on multiple cards.
Oh fucking hell! I could just see 2 SRs and now I fucking see the rest.
yeah, I guess spikes is pretty much American football.
Yeah.
Yeah, America's gonna play a lot of spikes.
Like guns.
Like Spikes is such a weird clan. It's like there are a total of like 3 Spikes players in the world, but they're all really cracked.
Yeah,
Honestly, yeah, I ran into one like 3 years ago.
I ran into one in
Like-
a tournament not too long ago. Actually, 2. I went against both Hearth and
no.
Cyril.
Honestly, it's one of the great joys of Vanguard is it's just the aesthetic of Spike Brothers. I'm just sitting there going like, what other game?
yes.
Has
I
it?
think I have
I-
maybe 1 Exterminates Dragon.
How many? Do you feel there needs to be more cards with Honolulu? I mean,
One of every
I'm
sanctuary. Oh no, I'm missing Royal Paladin.
I'm not gonna say no to more defensive cards.
It's just how you do them. Like I'm almost on the fence about like how do you counteract.
I was gonna say like
I think
a
the
lot
only
of-
downside is tournament playtime.
I think a really unusual feature of Vanguard is that we don't see a tremendous number of like stack pieces or like floodgate cards, but whenever we do, they're fairly decisive. I mean, like Ichi is very decisive as a card. Mega Colony Gradora's very decisive. Honolulu is very decisive. I think
I
they
don't-
need to be like handled with care, if that makes sense.
If I'm
In
gonna be
theory-
real, I don't think OT is that decisive anymore. Compared to
Um,
before.
And
I find
what-
Regalia far more decisive than OTT.
Well, yeah, it's super unga bunga, but I think with the new
even
dragon
Joe Knights.
and Popo, you can really. Oh yeah, the fucking Battledore
The problem
3
is if your opponent's
Well,
takes
that's
low
not-
damage.
is Battledore. because that's like the classic thing, isn't it? It's like, how good is your like? It's like the DP thing. Like DP's biggest issue is you can sit there on like fucking 200k power, 3 crit, 5 drives, and like unless you've got any like battle door or guard restrict, the attack is completely worthless.
I mean, you'd still add 5 cards to your hands, Mal.
I mean, you still had 5 cards, yeah, you're not wrong. But you know,
Like,
there you go. Okay,
you know,
you've spent your whole turn doing this massive attack. You've spent CB, you've flipped, you know, you've called units, and I'm just gonna 2-card guard.
and I mean, yes, but at the same time, you did that over the option to go Jeremy Glass and just make plus.
Yeah, keep on
Okay,
pumping.
I just want to interrupt for a moment with something. I've basically just gone through all these SRs to figure out what I might be missing. So I've got one of every Space Gate card.
Wow.
I seem to have one of every Zoo Nation card so far. I'm missing one Megalakana card. So it seems I'm missing Aqua Force still. Dark States, I think it's for clans, isn't it, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
or-
all
So I have a duplicate of Spikes, and I've got one of every of the others. So Spikes is a duplicate. Kagura I've got a duplicate of, but I've only got 4, so I'm missing one clan. I've got, let's see, I've got Narukami, I've got Kagura, I've got Nubutama. I need Murakuma, yeah, I've got Tachi. So I'm missing one Murakuma, and I've got 2 doubles for Dragon Empire, so there's three duplicates already pulled. United Sanctuary is just one of each except for Royals. So that means I'm missing Royal Paladins. I'm missing Aqua Force, Royal Paladins, and Murakuma. So that's what these 3 main boxes are. Ah, that sucks.
SRs aren't. It's. I think. Is it guaranteed?
I don't think they're guaranteed.
Yeah.
In a case, there's one SR. In a case, you'll get your 12 SRs, or one of each.
24.
Yeah, 24. You get one of each, and then you get 6 dupes.
Okay, so I'm not getting a second OT or a second Genesis. Wait, so hold on.
Random.
Am I doing my math wrong here? I've got 2 Spikes. That's a second copy.
I think you should just open.
Second,
I was gonna say, just
second
open the
copy,
box.
Second Kagura, second Nubutama. That's like 3 spares. But if it's 24 clans instead of boxes, have I missed some boxes or something? That's weird.
Open the boxes.
Oh wait,
and then
yeah, there are more boxes. Sorry, no, I've got 2.
Oh.
I just found 2 under my trash. Maybe there's another one though, because hold on.
man.
24 plus 3 is 27. There should be one more then. It must be somewhere under my dump of boxes. This happened once actually, where there was an unboxing and I realized I missed one D-Series box after the stream.
That was in the set 3 or set 2 box
1, 2.
open.
he plays Great Nature.
13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2,
Hamish
3,
plays
4.
Great Nature.
Hamish.
Yeah,
plays
there
Great
should be
Nature,
6. So
Yeah, you might want the
boxes
third.
I'm missing.
People who turbo Rhino.
Hamish is fucking sick as well at Great Nature.
It's so odd.
Yeah.
As a treat, for Brexit. That's a book.
Let me do another count. 1, 2,
So is anyone else really
3,
struggling
4,
to get
1,
those?
2, 3, 4, 5.
All
1,
the
2,
talk
3,
in the
4, 5.
first box moves.
Yeah, I've got 24. Did I maybe?
No. Moose pulled the bad Sakura red thing.
Yo, can I just do a quick shout out to Table Tennis Guy? Yes, I am on Mo's stream. I just got the message. You're on Mo's stream. Like, whoa.
Is that
Cam.
Carl?
I'm not gonna say his name. Oh, okay, fuck. If you want to dox him, go ahead.
Table tennis
Yeah,
guy does equal Carl. I
was gonna
don't
say,
know if anyone wants to know that much because it's
I don't
kind
know
of.
what any of these cards do. Yeah, I pulled the Zorga.
Just checking how many boxes.
It's green blaster blade.
3.
So it's literally just Rhino is your avatar. So
It
stand up
feels
and prey on tigers.
like in a crazy way. It kind of feels like OTT to me with like the whole like guard restrict thing, but instead of big Unga Bunga 1 attack, it's several Unga Bunga attack.
Oh, I do have all my boxes.
It's almost not surprising that Royal Paladin players are okay with getting like 3 waves of Dual Knight support, considering
Oh man.
they've been sitting through like 10 waves of Blaster Blade support for years now, so it's a breath of fresh air in that regard.
I think
Also,
one of my
Dual
SRs
Knight's
have gone
way
missing.
hotter than Blaster Blade.
Are you sure?
I've basically opened 25 boxes, but I only have 24 SRs. 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah,
5.
it really is.
Yeah.
The Rhino is just the smarter, better blaster.
The thinking man's
The
royal.
thinking man's
I
blaster
wonder
blade.
if I accidentally put one of them with my.
Ooh, no, before a Pale Power Mark. Yeah.
All right, now time for a completely arbitrary category. What do you think is the prettiest stride? What's got the nicest art from the set?
I'd say the Mura. Is it the Murakumo? The female Murakumo stride.
The Eyes G Guard is pretty cute.
Oh, I thought this would inspire more debate. For what it's worth, I think the
How many
Angels.
how many
stride is pretty
Zorgas
good.
are running the Zorga that
How many Zorgas?
the new Zorga? How many Zorga?
I don't play D.
I think people just play 4 of it because the blue and red mostly
first
set
one.
builds.
Decrease the first one then.
Yeah, I think, so you won't run the first one, or you could, but it will be a weird mixed build.
Alright.
Okay.
I've decided I'm not going to do the long deck profile yet because I don't have a playmat big enough for the photo.
Oh well.
I'll just lay it out on my bed. Drag Strider Luard. One steeped in cum Shaharot. It's like
Can't believe
quite
they would
literally.
pull a card that. That's a nuts name.
Literally the hottest G unit alive.
Lies.
G units so hot you forget to register them.
Noto, have you not looked at Juggernaut Maximum?
Chug Max.
Oh, I found it. I've been missing one SI. It's Bartolomeo,
Oh,
and that means
nice.
Oh shit!
that means I have 2 Grand Blue strides.
Yes.
Man,
Ah,
Bartholomew's fucking
Yeah.
crazy.
There we go. I missed it. So now
Man,
these
when
are
is
the 5
Kagro gonna
boxes.
get its battle?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna turn the lights in my room because it is getting a bit dark here.
Oh, I'm gonna give you a list after this stream. The cards on SRs.
Half it is. Damn right, Noman. No, I'll play it out in my bed. You know, have some class. Have some class.
It's gonna be so much harder to make videos in the evening once we go to autumn.
Why is that?
Just less sunlight.
I don't see sunlight anyway because I don't touch grass.
So we have the police marker. Okay, which SR is it this time? It's Murakumo.
You know you want to pull another DI one as a treat.
So Murakumo was one of the missing ones, if I remember correctly. Yeah, pretty sure
Yeah.
it was. It was the other
Oh,
ninja
no.
clan.
No,
So you're actually gonna get like a perfect playset, one of each.
Yeah, I just hope Genesis and OTT are among the remaining extras.
Among Us.
Oh,
Bum 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 bum.
Oh, I thought it was Mo doing the song for it. That would be really funny. I'm so upset. Just a little bit of Brexit law. Last night I misheard Mo, and I thought he said this chapter is poggers, and I thought it was really funny that he'd said the word poggers. So I put it in our little quotes channel, and later on Mo's like, "Why are you spreading disinformation? I've never used the word poggers in my life until just now." Mo saying shit like poggers has real like teacher saying the young people's lingo energy to it. And that might sound like an insult, but that's only because I am the teacher that uses the young people lingo. So I know exactly what that energy feels like.
Yeah, Dylan was just messaging on the chat. Yeah, I was gonna say, basically, was really good to see you again. I was only just realizing like the other day that it's now the last Springfest this season. So I'm now just thinking, oh damn, it's going to be a while since we see each other again. It was such a weird kind of end because I don't think a lot of people got to really see each other off properly for the end of the season, who have been like kind of seeing each other. There's like a lot of people didn't get to say goodbye to this time around. Even like my teammates, like we didn't really do anything together while we were in London. Normally I do stuff with my teammates whenever I go to a Springfest, but not this time.
So if you were at London, everyone that went to London is incredibly based and good looking.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah. You could really only socialize in between games. I mean, the good thing is, at least with the 30 minutes time that we had, there was opportunity to talk to people in between games.
You say poggers?
I don't even know, what does poggers even mean? I always forget. Someone's told me the definition.
It's like an exclamation of enjoyment.
No,
It means
that's
like,
probably
that's
the best
great,
you're gonna get.
Good,
So
that's cool.
Sag is like the opposite then. You just had the wind
Yeah,
out
yeah.
your sails.
Yeah, exactly. So, oh man, I just lost my round. Sag. Or, I just fucking triple crit that guy. Poggers.
So basically, it was poggers when I got the overtrigger.
Yes, yes.
Well done, Mo. That is
But it was Sag
something to
when I
say.
got overtriggered.
He says the thing.
Yes, exactly. Oh man, I didn't get an S-star in my pack. That's Sag. Oh, look, I just opened an SP pack. That's Poggers.
Well, I've got the
You're
Aqua
my
Force unit, so that is... Maybe I should like Joel complete that sentence. It was inevitable.
Oh, I am inevitable.
No, old man. He should be called Grandpa.
At least it's not the second copy. But it looks like I got lesser chance of the Genesis one being it. That is Sag.
Oh, but Joe will be happy. Oh, Joe left. He would have been
Okay.
happy with that.
Oh, Joel.
Yes,
Oh,
Joe.
Joel's not here anymore.
But for you, Joe,
That's Sag.
Mo did put
Sorry.
2 of the F-stars of the Kikero.
Yeah, I saw those. Those are pretty sweet looking.
Yeah, it's a good stride. Some people are saying it's bad. I don't think it's bad. I think
It
it's,
is.
it fills a niche when your opponent's trying to play around you.
Absolutely no.
And that is what makes the
What
best
was I gonna
stride.
say?
Oh, shit. Someone tagged me from the memories of from when like Bushiroad had the remote fight server. Do you remember that? Like,
Yes.
they did a tournament. I was going through like the old days of Daimonis and Brufus NLKR memories. What a time! What a time to be alive! Like, we're never gonna have that again.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, they made Nations, so the narrative is kind of strong to never let Gastiel back in the game.
I need Mo to say,
Nations ruined Vanguard.
Noman is
Nations
quite
were a
literally
mistake.
Homelander. No, I agree
Mo,
with that.
can I interest you in a video called Unmixable Attributes?
Oh, was that a
What, are we talking about dual nations or something? Because I don't know what the hell the point of that was. I wonder if...
I don't.
Is this
I'm
foreshadowing?
not as elite in Vanguard as you, so I don't know if nations are a bad idea. I just play so much premium now that I just am happy.
Ew, cool.
Okay. Oh, looks like it's Link Joker. I guess Ben is going to be very happy.
Noman is quite literally Homelander.
Well, at least I know that I could probably trade to get an OTT one, but I don't think he has Genesis, so...
No.
Yeah, Ben doesn't have Genesis. He just has
But you can trade with me. I got an
I
OTT one.
Oh, I mean, like Ben has apparently has OTT, but he doesn't have Genesis. And to be honest,
Yeah,
Genesis,
Claude,
yeah,
you've got the video
100%. I want as much Genesis as I can.
Oh, how can this be? I opened 6 boxes of Festival Collection, and I got 3 of every card.
Oh. Yeah,
I don't even understand. Like, how do I get 3 everything when I open random boxes.
Mo,
Why?
could you do me a huge favor? Like a really, really big favor. Could you say, did your idiot brain get fucked by stupid? It's from the boys.
Wait,
And
The
can
director
you
there.
can you say, did
what
your
context?
idiot brain get? No, just say the line. Just say the line, Bart.
Wait, I don't get it. What's the context? Who am I saying it to?
Just to
no one.
Noman.
It's just
Noman.
funny.
Say it to Noman.
It's from a TV show.
Yeah.
Say it to Noman. Did your idiot brain get fucked by stupid?
All right. I feel like I've killed the mood or something.
No. You can Mo. You would never kill the mood.
There was one I wanted, Mo. Mo, can you say my sources? I made it the fuck up.
Okay, I don't get that at all.
That's from there's this video talking about the plot of Metal Gear Revengeance, and the final boss is this insane guy.
He's that guy.
Someone made like a summary of the story where they dub it over so that the guy says, "My sources, I made it the fuck up," and people use that as like a react on Twitter whenever someone makes like some dumb claim. So like if I said, "Oh, Neonectar tier 0 this format," and someone asks me to like show the deck list, I'd be like, "My sources, I made it the fuck up."
Hey, but Neonectar is the top con. They've got a higher conversion rate than Nightmare Doll.
That's what I should have said. That's what I should have said 2 years ago in
RIP.
Japan. That's what I should have
Shout
said in
out
Japan
for
2 years
one
ago.
person entering and one person topping.
Been on the internet lately.
The one guy who played Genesis Spice
Sorry
Worlds
about
and
No, I'm the upgrade.
kept on changing his source ingredients throughout the year. Into the next year. Into the ban list.
Yeah,
Oh,
Norman's
OTT
going
market.
nuts for this. Mo, you gotta charge him for VA work.
Just fucking say it.
Oh, I think I know what's coming. Yeah, I'm sad.
This
It's
is
Gear
pretty good.
Chronicle. I wanted
Oh,
Genesis, but I'm not getting it because this last
Yeah.
box is obviously Royal Pattern.
Shout out to Gears fans. I hope you're still coping just fine.
Well, someone's happy at least.
I think that's Dave, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, it
you're
is.
probably happy.
Oh, is that
That's
actually Dave?
insane.
Yeah, Ah. Link Joker.
Yo, Poggers.
Novas. Okay, I feel like the excitement of this case opening has just died because I now know what the last box has. Shadows.
I want like participation points for trying. I tried to get him to say the line. No, I'm just Snorlax use rollout. Proceeds to dive into a fucking wall.
Okay, that is Royal Patterns. A few more packs left until the last box. Narukami. Yeah, this is definitely not quite as sport as the last two cases, but at least nothing's getting banned, so that's still good.
Oh,
right?
nothing's getting banned yet.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to go broke over these boxes because they made my £50 card worth nothing. Jack Dagmar.
Oh, but I just don't want to trade.
And we've got the inevitable Royal Paladin Stride.
Is the SR always the first one in the pack?
Seems to be either the first or
no.
second one.
That's really like.
That's
okay.
really not good.
Sketchy.
Oh my god.
No, that's excellent. Every time they open a new pack at locals, I'll just buy 2.
Buy the first 2 packs.
Yeah, 16 quid free SR. Yo, let's go.
No, I think at least half of them were first packs, but a lot of them for me were like the middle or back.
I love it when they let me seed the packs. This is a fun way to distribute cards.
What's up, Reverse Ace? How you doing?
Oh,
Yeah. What?
So, okay, so
One flame rare. Let's go. I love flame rares.
For real?
they're frame res. Frame.
That's for real. They called
They're
them
for real rares.
Yeah, for real res.
real.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well.
Okay, okay,
These are rare for real.
let me go through my stuff. So I want a quick rundown. So Nova Grapplers, yeah. So their
Yeah.
stride, how many is that run at generally?
maybe £2.
2 I saw.
2?
Yeah. I saw
Yeah,
Ben play 2, so
Okay.
1 to 2, depending on your bid.
So basically, it's
Yeah.
worth more than the last one. Wait, no, I'm thinking of Great Nature. Sorry.
What
Wait,
was
which
the
clan?
last?
Nova Grappler.
Nova's.
It was
Stride.
Asdel Back, whatever his name is.
that's the bulk.
Oh yeah, that one was like.
Oh, I forgot I wasn't following Mo. I am a fake friend.
Yes, you are. Bad. Bad nut.
Oh shit, that reminds me. Oh shit, Mo, do you not have? Oh, no, you don't have.
that's it.
I was gonna say I've got my. I actually have my Twitch Prime. So next friend that live streams gets the Twitch Prime.
I mean, I'm live streaming in quite literally 10
Fantastic.
minutes.
Well,
You're
I've
getting
just
a Twitch
finished.
Prime.
I've just finished opening all these packs.
Actually, let's get my analytics up. Let's
Oh, let's
see.
go. You, I believe, are getting dangerously close to having more followers than me. So get ready for the return of Johnny Vanguard, because I am very petty. I must be the most subscribed.
Don't worry,
one.
I'm used to pettiness on a daily basis.
Oh, feel that Timo. No,
So
I'm just kidding.
Aqua Force, how many is that run at? 1?
Where's your Twitch?
We don't have
I've never
Joel.
actually. I don't actually know. We don't have Joel here. I think 1, right?
Yes,
I think 1 or 2.
I played it too.
oh,
The thing is
yeah.
pretty elite.
Oh, I have 2 gears. Yeah, 2 gear chrono.
Yeah, I see
1
1
Pale
or
Moon,
2.
1 DI. Then there's.
I'm nearly close to the Team Brexit mukbang.
Oh, we've got multiple
Oh shit, have you got loads of subs?
2 link jokers.
Yeah. Yesterday, fuck, it was huge.
Did you pop off?
I popped off yesterday.
Damn, that's hardcore.
So unfortunately, I've only got 1 ODT, 1 Gold Paladin,
I got one
1
for you, Mo.
Genesis. Would you have?
I have 1 OTT for you.
Oh, okay.
You can just.
I mean, this guy's gonna be annoying to get hold of, even though no one plays it. But
Well, no, remember, Miss pulled 2 of those Genesis ones. So
yeah, I think it's
in
keeping
essence,
them.
you have 3 of them.
So the
And
Neo
then
Nectar one, Neo Nectars, how many is that run at? 1 or 2?
Hold up. I think that would be 2 at least.
I would give a number, but I don't know Neonectar on the count of it being Neonectar.
I think 2. Cool.
2, yeah? EJ.
Yeah, 2.
EY. The Gold Paladin one is probably at 1, right?
Yeah, I run just 1 in the Gold Paladins.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Yeah, I don't see myself playing more than 1. The Gold Paladin is way too many good units to choose from. It's really hard to fit stuff in.
Yeah.
DP's run at 2, isn't it? So DP stride. Mech only stride is how many?
Well, you
4?
play 4 because you're just flipping it with Gridora and then doing shit with it, and like, there's not a tremendous amount of strides that you play otherwise. You play
The issue is,
play-
Well, how many?
I don't think you have room for 4 because you need Optyrandus.
Optyrandus is the GB2 one that fucks them up with the calls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You need them into that.
and like if you take out Overwhelm, your Jewel Knight matchup is
It's a lot worse.
nigh unplayable.
Okay.
Oh shit, are you live? Oh no, that's your stream. That's like your VOD like playing.
No.
I was like, wait, why?
Yeah, I streamed like a while ago, but then I want to go eat. So
Yeah.
Mo,
Let me know
how
when
many
you're back live and I'll give you my Twitch
only
Prime.
did you get?
Sorry?
Mo, how many Mega Colony did you get? 1 or 2?
I'm pretty sure it's just one.
Okay, I want that as well. Okay.
I might
Yeah, just
do
one.
some like remote fights for stream at one point.
Yeah, let me know if you want me on that, because I'd love to do some remote fights without being the one that actually has to fucking run the stream.
Okay, so Murakumo,
I don't know.
how many is that run at?
Oh,
Okay, I think I'm
see.
gonna leave. I think I'm gonna like end the recording section, but I'll keep the stream up for now. So basically, to summarize, I've got basically one of every United Sanctuary card, exactly 1 copy each. As for Dark States or Dark Zone, I've got 1 Pale Moon, 1 Dark Irregular, 2 each of Spikes and Gear Chronicle. Then for Megala Karnica, or however the hell you pronounce it, I have 1 Aqua Force, 1 Bermuda, 2 Bartolomeo, so 2 Grand Blue. Then for Zoo, I have 1 of each, just a complete clean 1 each. As for Space, I have 2 Link Jokers, each of the other 2 ones. Then for Dragon Empire, 1 of these, but 2 Nubatama, 2 Kagura. So Nubatama and Kagura are the ones I have 2 of. That's pretty much it. So I'll just end the recording, but the stream will still go on. Alright.